Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay Will. So you might be thinking, wow, ZTE is doing it again. ZTE is known for bringing out several devices that might look alike, but there's actually a target audience for these devices. And this device is no exception. So as I open the box here, you can see that you're faced with some pamphlets, semi-ejector tool, and the device. Also in the box, you'll find your Cricket SIM card, some manuals, and charging. But let's put all that aside and let's get to the device. This device is gonna look similar because, well, it kind of has a big brother. And the big brother, I think, will be this phone. There's a striking resemblance between the two. And I think this is a good thing. So if you wanted the Blade Z Max and you thought it was too big, there's the Blade X. This phone has a 5.5-inch display coming in at 720 by 1280, a 13 megapixel rear camera that shoots in 1080p, 2 gigs of RAM, and a 3000 milliamp hour battery. This phone right now is exclusive to Cricket, and I think it's probably gonna be a good one. It retails almost for about $100, I believe. And you do get an SD card slot. It is an LCD display, and I think this is going to be a phone that might intrigue lots of people who are wanting the feel of this phone but don't want the big size. So when I get phones, I definitely like to walk outside and test the camera immediately in my first impressions, and that's what I'm going to do. But first, this back. The back feels so good. Lots of texture, lots of grip. You've got a textured power button, and you've got your volume rockers here, a rear-mounted fingerprint reader, SD card slot, which doubles with the SIM tray, a headphone jack, and a noise cancellation microphone, Type-C, bottom firing speaker, and another microphone. On the front, obviously, you have your camera there, which is a 5 megapixel that shoots in 720p, and you've got your hard buttons down on the bottom, the capacitive. While the phone boots up, I think Cricket has done a good job, and ZTE for that matter, of bringing us phones that are affordable but still pack a little bit of punch. This phone does have a Snapdragon 425, so it's going to be a very nice feel of smoother software because ZTE software actually is close to stock. So I'm going to get this fired up and then I'll show you this camera. So after you sign in and get the phone all set up, this is what you'll be faced with. It appears to be a stock experience, like I said before, and that's kind of the way it is for ZTE devices. If I didn't say so, this phone has 16 gigs onboard storage, and the SD card can take up to 256 gigs in the slot. Also, this is running 7.1.1 out of the box. Don't know if it'll get up to 8.0, but 7.1.1 is good enough for now. Let's take a look at the camera now. This is the rear camera shooting at 1080p, which is the peak in video that you can do with this device. But for $100, pretty impressive. What do you think? Remember to check the audio quality. I'll do the zoom as well. I'm pretty sure this phone has no claim to have optical image stabilization, but I think for what this phone camera is, for this $13, excuse me, this 13 megapixel camera, $13, I don't know what I'm thinking. I think it's actually doing pretty good. Focuses very well. Let's check the zoom. So you get 4 times zoom, and it autofocus on its own. That's actually pretty decent. No stabilization, obviously. I just kind of trotted down the stairs. this truck going by. I would say this is pretty good for $100. Here's video on the front camera. This gives you some sense if you're outside on a sunny day, what the quality would be like. It's the front camera sample outside. Now here's the front camera indoors with almost not perfect lighting, but this is really good lighting. And I think this camera actually looks pretty good. I hate to say it, but it definitely looks better than my V30. V30's camera indoors is a no-go, but this is pretty good. So there you have it. This is the Blade X from ZTE, exclusively for Cricket Wireless at the moment. And I gotta tell you, I compared it to this device earlier as far as in hand and the texture on the back. These pretty much feel the same. The fingerprint reader on here is actually pretty good. It's pretty fast. The fact that it has one at this price point is actually really decent. The fact that ZTE sticks to giving premium features on devices that are under 150 bucks is actually pretty amazing. What did you think about that rear camera and that front camera? To my surprise, no shot at LG devices, but the front camera on this phone is going to need some work when you have a device like this and several other phones that I have that kind of outshine it, and it's pretty amazing. This doesn't shoot in 4K, or it doesn't shoot in 60 frames per second, but this is actually a really nice feeling phone. And one thing I noticed here that ZTE improved on, which is a lot of their phones have a backfiring speaker. So with this device, they actually improved on that and moved it to the bottom. And in my full review, I'll be sure to tell you how that feels and how that sounds, I should say. Now, I do have a lot of ZTE devices here, and I've just added this one to the catalog. I'm pretty excited to finally get this thing in-house. I've been waiting on it. It feels really good. Yeah, I know it's a 720p display, but it is 5.5 inches. Yeah, also I know that it's running 7.1.1. It also has that dragon tail glass, which a lot of people say it scratches easy. In my experience, it does scratch, but it doesn't scratch very quickly. It doesn't scratch as bad as one would think. They do have themes on here, and the themes are, it's just that one theme that you get, and that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I wish there was a way to put themes on here other than the ZTE themes, but that's just what it is. So you do have that auto bright. I've got a lot of apps installed now, so you do have the auto bright on here. And let's get into the settings here. And what you're going to find is that this is pretty much a stock device. Looking at the settings here, another thing that it doesn't have is it doesn't have the 5 gigahertz band. I don't know why a lot of ZTE devices don't have the 5 gigahertz band, but that's something to be desired. So more settings here. Out of the box, I've installed a few things, and of my storage, I did install some apps, as you can see, a lot of social apps, but I still have 10 gigs used of the 16. So that's kind of a disappointment, but I'm sure this phone has adaptive storage, and I'm sure it won't be a problem. You do have that Me Pop menu that you have on most ZTE devices, and I think that'll be good. So heading down to about, you can see there it's running 7.1.1. So this is a Cricket exclusive right now, and I gotta tell you, after handling this phone for a while, I'm really gonna enjoy this. And if you notice, it has like this slate look all the way around it. It's kind of like a black finish. This is actually a really sleek device. I would have liked to have seen at least a 1080p display on here, but at this price point, I can't complain. And did you see those cameras? What do you think about those cameras? It's your man Jay Will. This is the first impressions of the ZTE Blade X, exclusively for Cricket right now. I'd love to see this go unlocked and also go to other carriers like Metro and T-Mobile and any other company that uses a SIM card. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.